Asus ROG G16 with an i9 processor, 1300, 13th generation, 5.6 gigahertz, and GeForce RTX dedicated, 140 watt, 4070 graphics card, and 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, expandable up to 64. Two slots open for NVMe SSD, super fast solid state drive. This laptop, honestly, it's just handling every game I throw at it like it's nothing. It has a beautiful IPS screen, 1920 by 1200, 16 by 10 ratio. It has Dolby Vision, so currently I'm actually playing this in Dolby Vision. And this is a flight simulator, and look how smooth that is, man. Look at that. 80 frames per second. Look how smooth that is, man. Wow, dude. Wow. But I know what you guys gonna say, but what about the price? Well, I'm not gonna keep it secret. This is a very expensive laptop. You know, it is $2,000. But the reason it's $2,000, couple of things. A super fast on the planet, currently, as of this May 25th, 2023, year of our Lord, it's the fastest CPU on the planet. 5.6 gigahertz, 24 cores, 32 threads. There's nothing faster out there than this i9 13th generation 1300K processor. And you also have a 4070 RTX graphics card that uses 120 watts dedicated just for that mobile GPU that's put in there. It's a dedicated graphics card. And you also have 65 watts that goes towards CPU. But the end results are, well, as you can see, it runs everything smooth. Microsoft Flight Simulator runs with no problems, with no issues, at ease. Looks great. Can't complain. Somebody asked me, can you use a virtual reality with this thing? Of course. Easily. No problems. I mean, you got super powerful processor on the planet. You got a 40 series graphics card, 4070 dedicated, with a 8 gigabytes of GDDR6X RAM. You've got a 16 gigabytes of DDR5 very fast RAM. So yeah, you shouldn't have any issues or problems playing this in virtual reality. You know, that's, but keep in mind, this is a portable. The reason I got this laptop, it's not to replace my desktop, okay? The reason I got this laptop, it's for portability, so I can take it with me, you know? So I can enjoy the virtual reality anywhere I go, so I can enjoy playing all these games at a super quality. And oh yeah, this thing also has a 165 hertz refresh rate. So if you go up to 165 frames per second, you're also going to get 165 hertz locked in together with 165 frames per second. Imagine playing a flight simulator with 165 frames per second, right? And then on top of that, it also has a built-in G-Sync in there to avoid any teardown while you were playing in 165 hertz, 165 frames per second. Beautiful IPS color, 100% DCIP color measurement, 100% color measurement, color gamut, 100% DCIP 3, 100%. So you're getting 100% color gamut here. 500 nits. People say, well, 500 nits, is that enough for HDR? Is that enough for Dolby Vision? Dude, for a laptop, watching it this close, that's more than enough. Because remember, you're not going to be playing, you're not going to be watching this 16-inch screen from afar. You're going to be very close to this screen. So 500 nits here, it's more than enough. And keep in mind that, honestly, my camera here is not doing it justice as to how beautiful this screen is. Maybe I can bring it a little bit closer, just kind of to put it in a perspective for you guys. But believe me, camera is not doing it justice. This camera here is not doing it justice as to how beautiful the screen is here. And another thing, this laptop, it's super quiet. It has a Dolby Atmos also built into it. So you got Dolby Atmos, and you can also use it on the headphones, Dolby Atmos as well. So you got speaker Dolby Atmos that represents a kind of like a soundbar effect, and then you have a ability to use the headphones to listen to Dolby Atmos. I don't remember ever playing it like this. Like playing Microsoft Flight Simulator this fast. Also, the loading time was like nothing. You also have a 1 gigabit Ethernet port that will download much faster if you have 1 gigabit up, 1 gigabit down internet. Dude, there's so many features on this laptop. Did I also forgot to say you can expand up to 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM if maybe you want to connect it to a 4K monitor and, you know, want to crank everything up to a high settings. I'm very impressed with this laptop, I have to say. I haven't tested Jedi Survivor. I want to test the Jedi Survivor just to see how that is. I'm sure it's going to run great. But so far, I tested Battlefield 2042. Runs great. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 runs great, and of course Microsoft Flight Simulator, as you can see, runs great. Beautiful detail on screen. So, for whom is this laptop? Like I said, it's not a desktop replacement. This is a laptop for people who like to travel, who like portability, right? On the go. This is excellent for video editing. If you're somebody like who wants to do a bunch of video editing for your YouTube channel, right? Using Adobe Premiere and the After Effects, this thing right here with this most powerful CPU on the planet and a dedicated 4070 GPU and 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM, expandable up to 64, and there's 2 slots available for SSD NVMe, I think M2, fast, super fast SSD drive. Well, this is for you. this this laptop will handle that video editing like you never seen before, dude. Uh, so you can do video editing. You can do virtual reality on the go. You can do gaming like this at the 165 hertz. No issue, no problem. You can watch movies in Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. What else can you do? You can make pancakes on it. I'm just kidding. uh, it has HDMI 2.1. You can connect it to your C2 OLED easily if you want to. And it will run any game like at the 160 frames per second easily, dude. Easily. So it's a powerhouse for video gaming. It's a powerhouse for video editing, even music creation. If you're running like a very expensive musical studio software, it will run that. It has USB 3.2. The latest USB 3.2 has two of them, but it also has two USB-Cs, the latest next generation USB-Cs in there that you can plug into. Has an excellent cooling, has a triple fan in there that will keep this laptop cool. It's made out of brushed aluminum. Dude, I can go on and on. The only downside is the camera. It's 720p, but that's okay. 720p, just to talk to somebody, you know, on some kind of a meeting, whatever. That's more than enough. You know, 720p. I think it's more than enough. So yeah, but keep in mind, you're paying $2,000 for it. And people say, it's a bit too expensive. And I'm like, dude, let me correct you there. I would say it's not too expensive. Because when you think about how much you're going to spend on a desktop, just for a graphics card. Dude, just for a graphics card, 4080, you're going to spend $1,400. Just for 4080, you're going to spend $1,400, and that depends where you go, which aftermarket you go. You're gonna spend $1,400. So there you go. There's $1,400 right there. There goes your $1,500 right there, just for the GPU. And then you gotta think about the power supply. You're gonna need at least 1,000 watt power supply to power 4080, right? That's if you go with a 4080. And then you're gonna need a motherboard, a pretty good motherboard that will handle that GPU. You're gonna have to buy a big case to support that GPU, and then you're gonna have to spend another $900 for a CPU. That's if you go with a decent i9 processor. If you want to go with this one, the fastest CPU on the planet, you are looking at easily $1,300. And then putting all the additional components and whatnot, cooling, you're gonna be looking at like $4,000 easily, $4,000 on that desktop. And guess what? You can't take that desktop with you. You can't carry it with you. It has to stay stationary in your office. So what I'm trying to say is this. It's like Jay-Z 2 Cents says, you know, a lot of people are calling laptops stupid, irrelevant. And I'm like, no, they're not stupid. They're not irrelevant. Laptops have come a long way. But laptops have their own accolades that I think can benefit a lot of us. Because sometimes you're busy, you're not always home, you're on the go, and having this kind of a laptop can really help you out. So that's for whom I think this laptop is. It's for individuals on the go. Well, there you have it, guys. I hope this video gives you some idea how well the Microsoft Flight Simulator is running here. As you can see, I know the video is 15 minutes, but I had to say a few things about this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.